Hello, welcome back or welcome to my little space. My name's Emily, I'm an artist and I have been doing a little challenge where I am trying to oil paint every single day. Even if I've been at work, even if it's the evening. And I've been making like shorts about it, but I wanted to make like a long form video where I'm talking you through the process and stuff because, you know, I'm kind of all of them I'm filming in their full length anyway, I'm just not talking over it, so I thought why not just talk over it. So I've kind of just set myself up. I've got a very nice warm cup of tea. This is hot, very tasty though, thank you. I hope you have a beveragino. I've got my old pot of I might just use this rather than this one. I will use this one to initially clean because I need to transfer everything properly. I'm just going to sit it over there. I've also got myself my wax burner. Oh, lovely. I like to have a bit of aromatherapy, although I have to say, I have to confess, I'm not really much of an aromatherapist. I'm not really much of an aromatherapist, but it's got bergamot, rose, geranium, lavender and rosemary. So I thought that'd be a nice little selection of things. So I'm painting today well, I think it was a cocktail, some sort of festive cocktail. This was from Christmas when I went to the Bath market. I'm a little bit scared of this, but I'm just going to try and be brave. So I think I'm going to start by, it's so weird because the perspective is a bit of a weird one. I think I'm going to go quite large. I don't know if this is wise, but I find drawing objects like this quite tricky because obviously they are like, it is a perfect circle, so I can't really hide behind me drawing a bad circle shape. So just gonna try my best. Feel like it's a bit more definitely a bit more circular actually. Oh my god, already the ellipse is really hard. So yeah, this is day 18, I think, of painting every single day. So far, so good. Not too bad actually to keep up with it. And yeah, I do think that's in part because I've set myself the challenge of doing it every day. I actually honestly think it would be harder if I was like, I'm going to paint every other day, because then I'd be like, I find for me the hardest part for me is definitely starting, like 110%. It's just getting myself together. So yeah, just doing this is getting to the stage where I've put paint to paper is definitely the hardest part. So I guess we've made it past the hardest part already. I don't know whether to wear my glasses or not. Yeah, it does make it kind of clearer. My eyesight is one of those weird ones where it's not like I'm not going to combust if I don't wear glasses. But obviously it is a little easier to see with them, but you know. Okay, so this is so hard perspective wise already. This is I'll be honest, for me this is a challenge. I should have done something that was a bit simpler. I feel like I'm already not necessarily like, woo, let's paint. And then I go and choose something very tricky to paint that I've never painted before. That's okay. It's okay not to be okay. You remember that Jessie J song? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. It's actually, oh gosh, we'll try again. It's actually 10 o'clock in the evening as I film. I am tired and ready for bed. Although I say this, I say like I'm ready for bed, and then I get to bed and I'm like totally wired and not ready for bed. And then I just want to be on TikTok and scroll. So make that make sense, because it doesn't to me. Oh, that top ellipse is so rough. I feel like the bottom ellipse is actually okay. Oh, my headphones died. I was listening to my brown noise. I have a horrible feeling this is going to be a bit of a fugly painting. Okay, so definitely a bit more blue around the base. I'd also like to say it has got so cold here in the UK recently. Well, not even recently, literally in the last 2 days. We had glimpses and glimmers of summer, and then I've like during the weekend, which was lovely, and recently, well, I say recently, like since maybe like 6 months now. Wow, it's actually crazy. Maybe, yeah, but maybe like about 6 months now, me and my boyfriend have been running. I say that term very loosely, so you know, don't get it twisted and think we're the next Mo Farahs. We're not. But because we started running, I think it was around my birthday, so maybe like late September. No, it must have been later than that, October time. It was, every time we ran, it's been cold, miserable, dark, basically every single time we've run. And this weekend, for the first time ever, it was not horrible and miserable when we ran. So there's a light, guys, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know it. You know, oh no, oh, a picture disappeared, a picture. I have to get up on the iPad, I'm stuck now. I've got my blanket on, my heated blanket, put it on full, because I'm frozen, absolutely frozen. Right, and also I'm sitting on this chair, which is not my usual chair. I usually sit on some like this like little wooden office chair that I got from IKEA maybe like 8 years ago now, something like that. But it's just, I'm just not feeling that comfortable in it. And I've been sat on it basically since 7:30, like editing stuff, and it's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. So I've moved. If I give myself like allowances and go, oh, don't worry, have today off, I'll say the same thing tomorrow. I'll be like, oh, tomorrow off. And then before you know it, I'll be out to have it, and then I'll be like, oh, oopsies. So I've got to keep ploughing through, even when I don't want to. What kind of rhymes, you know? Basically a poet. A bit of cadmium red. I don't necessarily have a plan of action. In case you're watching this and thinking, what is her plan? She has no plan, no plan. Just trying to like place some colour at the moment. Yeah, that's kind of my main goal. I definitely want that to be darker down there. And it doesn't have to be beautiful. I think as well, like, I definitely do feel like the urge to try and be like, oh no, it needs to be pretty and beautiful and acceptable. And it doesn't, it just needs to be done. I don't have to create my next greatest piece today, but I do just need to create something, anything, even if I'm not very happy with it at the end. It's about having the practice to create daily that I am trying to build. Because, yeah, I don't know, sometimes I can go a very long time, much longer time than I care to admit, without painting, without making art, and I don't really love that, so I'm just going to bring a little bit of that up there, and then I think a little bit of like white, just to, because it is kind of a bit transparent. And then I might, I wonder if I should, okay, I'm just going to mix a bit of like a buttery yellow together. I'm going to go in with this like very tiny brush, and I'm just going to blue now. Ooh, adding that rim really like helped make it look a lot more glass-like, which is nice. Okay. Now I'm just going to do this little like stippling motion just on the edge of the glass here. Just to try and build up that like almost foamy texture, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the orangey colour to kind of just help soften that ombre up a little bit. And then I almost feel like I want to I feel like in the image it doesn't look like the edges are that dark, but I kind of feel like I want to darken them up a little bit. They just don't feel that impactful right now. So, oh my god, I've not got a steady enough hand for this. Okay, I feel like that's kind of like doing bits. And then I almost want like a greyish colour. So I'll go for a bit of orange, a bit of blue, and a bit of white. Nice, that created a bit of a greyish. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that grey I've just created, mix it with a bit more white. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this, like brownish colour with this and create something a little more brown spectrum. I always think it's funny how like you mix colours and then you see them on your palette on the picture. It's like totally different vibe. Definitely need like a bit of a darker grey situation, so I'm going to just mix these together. Got blue, got red. We'll do a touch of green. Oh yes, that's looking a bit better. Oh yes. That's so crazy. On my palette it looks so like maroon. But then when I get it on here, it's looking kind of exactly how I need it to, which is much more of a grey. Okay, I don't know if it looks all that translucent. I'll be honest, but painting translucency is really hard. So if it doesn't look that translucent, I'm not going to beat myself up. I have to say, I kind of am finding it harder to find the things to paint than I thought I would. Like, I kind of, in my mind, thought that I had like a plethora of ideas of things to paint, but it seems do you know what? It seems I'm already struggling. It's honestly one of the hardest parts. So that's rather unexpected. Yeah, this glass is not looking very transparent. Let's go for this, and then I definitely need some highlight. It's just not very strong, the highlight moments. I make more of an opaque, buttery yellow. Okay, I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of looking and copying what I'm seeing, which is hindering my glass's transparency, which is a little annoying, but it's okay. And then I'm going to try and draw the stick. Okay, so it's in there, and then it's like a little loop-de-loop. Now, I'll be honest, I've actually set myself more of a challenge than I intended. Oh, it's always the way, like, I sat down and think to myself, man, I could really just do with a nice easy painting. That would be really good. And then I just like pick something really challenging. But it's okay if it's ugly. It's okay if I don't like what I make. You know, I'm not trying to paint because I want to paint perfectly. I'm trying to paint because I want to build the practice, I want to build the skill. And that doesn't mean it has to be perfection from the get-go. This bit is quite annoying. Trying to suck up, there's some, I think it's some excess. Alright, okay, so now I'm going to attempt the... Oh, no, actually, I seem to have dipped my thing in white. So I guess I'm going around here again. Just would like it to have had a bit more transparent look. Transparent vibe, but I guess that's not what we're getting today. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Now I've got to do the orange. I might switch to my slightly bigger brush here. I'm scared. Okay, and then, so, it is like, evidence suggests that I can't focus and talk at the same time. Okay, it's, I don't know what that is now. I think it's a grape, you know. I have to say, it has been quite challenging, shall we say, to motivate myself to draw or to sit down to paint when I've like been at work all day and all I want to do is sit with my phone and watch TikTok and not think. But unfortunately, I've set myself a challenge that I want to keep up, and I do want to keep it up, but I just can't be bothered. Which, you know, I think is a thing that a lot of people feel. There's like this pull between who I want myself to be and what I literally can be bothered to do, and sometimes what I can be bothered to do wins. But today is not that day. Today is a win for my personal goals. Because here I am, painting, even though I would rather be in bed right now. You know, I do want to paint, but right at this very moment in time, I would like to be in bed. That's okay. It's kind of like shaping up into something. I feel like it doesn't really look that, I don't know if it looks that great, but I need some more white. Where's my white? Okay, I feel like I kind of like what that's looking like. I've 3D modelled like a new stand that I'm hoping I can hold when I paint, because this either is fine, but it's just like it could be better, you know, like I'm not gonna lose sleep over this stand, but I just feel like I could do a better job. You know? I'm trying to outline it very nicely because the outlining part is what kind of defines the actual shape of like your outside line. And also I find with greens they can tend to lean a little bit transparent. I think that's because of the yellows in them. So again, I'm trying to like lay the green on quite thick because I don't really want it to be transparent. think I should probably do more paintings with man-made objects in them because I do really struggle with them, and I do tend to struggle to find peace in a finished piece like a man-made object, which kind of makes me feel I really want to like paint more. I've try again. I take so many pictures of my coffee, and that is just so underrepresented in my art right now. So I'd like to take some more coffee pictures. But again, that involves painting a lot of mugs, a lot of round ellipses type things. So I have to say, like, I do tend to do that, which is a shame because I love me some coffee. But I'm actually really fussy when it comes to coffee. I recently got a coffee machine, and now that I have like dialed in my own espresso, unfortunately there is no going back. I don't even like crave Starbucks or Costa or whatever anymore. I don't even want it because I'm like, it's just not good coffee. Like, how much of a like coffee snob do I feel I need to be? Because that certainly never used to be me. I used to love Costa, but she just doesn't do it for me anymore. And also I have to say, like, Starbucks and Costa and whatever else, they've got so expensive. Like, what business does Starbucks be having like £7 drinks? Like, for just a normal coffee, I'm not walking away with anything from a fiver. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean that a coffee is costing me that kind of money? You know, I just think that's crazy. I'm a bit rogue with this shadow thing here. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'll just try and blend it in a bit. It's a bit less harsh. Yeah, okay, I kind of like that. I'm vibing with that. Okay, I think she might be done. Again, am I winning any prizes? Am I winning any awards? No. But this is her, and I'm pleased. I can't remember what drink this was, but it was tasty then, and it looks tasty now. And so really, I think that's a win. And if you would like to see me do more oil painting, or you'd like to check in again, then I would love to have you back. Oh my god, I didn't even drink my tea. I'm so bad for this. But I would love to have you back, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.